You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Welcome back to the Code Rad Show. I am here with Jim.
Hey, Jason, how are you?
Hey, Jim, I'm great. Still
Good.
cold.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, me too.
Dreaming of summer. This
Me
is
too.
This is the Code Rad Show. We are the promotional division of the Code Rad publishing empire, which so far our output is, well, it includes Interplanet Volume 1. It's the beginning of a big science fiction epic. Is available on a very cool website called Fund My Comic. You look for it on there. I've also been posting some sketches from Volume 2 on my my Twitter X account, Jason Radak. That's how you find me there. So yeah, check it out. It's a big science fiction fantasy epic, and that's that. So
Ta-da.
this week, I watched the 4th episode of Hammer House of Horror, which from now on is going to be abbreviated as Ham Ho Ho, because saying that whole thing plus the individual episode title is too much. This week's episode is called Growing Pains, and it is the story about the timeless English problem that English couples have been facing since time immemorial. Husband and wife have a kid who wanders down into their laboratory, eats some of their science chemicals, freaks out and dies, and necessitating a trip for the husband and wife to the local orphanage to pick up a new kid to then neglect. A story as old as time. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this story. So that is the beginning of episode 4 of this great series, Hammer House of Horror. Boy wanders down into a cool science laboratory, very dark, ingests some chemicals, freaks out and dies. Parents go out to an orphanage, get a new kid who seems a lot like Damien from The Omen. That's a total head fake. Even though the kid is creepy and weird, he's not the source of the weirdness as far as I could tell. But yeah, strange stuff definitely surrounds this kid. The father is a scientist who is very absorbed into feeding Africa. And some African people come to visit him, and they're not even like that excited about this idea. Even
whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they even know that, you know, this guy's science experiments caused his own kid to die. But still, they don't want anything to do with it. They're like, you know, thanks England. You drink wine and have your patsies and all your English food. Well, you have your fish and chips, and you're going to send us these Frankenfood plants. He's fattening up some rabbits in his laboratory to demonstrate, you know, as an experiment to see if his nutrient dense food he's creating works, and it's making the rabbits huge. But unfortunately, also, like, his pet Rottweiler is crazy. People seem to be having hallucinations. There's a scene where, this odd child that comes to live with them finds a stuffed rabbit with real live guts hanging out of its stomach.
Yep.
Is that a hallucination? Is this kid psycho? We don't know. And the mom is something like a diplomat or something. Totally neglects the kid. Dad is in his laboratory. Mom is off doing her work. They have this kind of creepy kid who they adopted and just like, go entertain yourself, kid.
Knock yourself out with your new toys. Or whatever.
Yeah, they're surrounded by all sorts of strange phenomenon. The car seems haunted right away. Dog goes berserk, has to be put down. Dad is growing this cool plant. The plant was kind of Lovecraftian, very strange, strange looking plant, which I guess is something he's growing to feed the people of Africa. And let me see. I really should keep better notes. This episode was really heavy on the commentary. I think it was commentary on science, and that recalls like this. This is from 1980, going back to 1970. Some scientists were talking about everyone was going to die of starvation. The Population Bomb was a famous book. I kind of feel like this was related to that. And of course, everyone didn't starve to death. And I feel like this episode might have been kind of inspired by stuff like this. A scientist trying to create strange frankenfoods to feed other continents when it's it's just a bad idea. It's not necessary, and it's going to cause ghosts and all kinds of really creepy crawly things to happen. And I recommend it. It's a crazy episode. I think Hammer House of Horror fans will enjoy it. It doesn't have that crazy Lynchian vibe that our previous episode did about Rude Awakening with a dream within a dream. But strange science experiments and ghosts and crazy dogs and that's it in a nutshell. So I think that's what I got for Growing Pains. What did you think of it, Jim?
I thought it was not bad. I thought the ending was kind of weak. It just kind of ends, but I thought Barbara Kellerman was really, really good. I don't remember the actress' names, but I thought her performance was probably the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, I don't think I recognize any of the actors' names in this.
I thought that great build up. Definitely not an original idea. Adopting a witch kid or adopting an evil kid. But I thought it was a good build up. I thought the end just kind of ends with like a, with a mild, just a very ending. I thought was disappointing, but great build up and some decent acting. And no, it's a good show. I'm enjoying the show so far. I think some episodes are better than others. I think of the four that I've seen, I think this is kind of probably the weakest of the four so far, but didn't like it as much as like say last week's episode with the Randy Realtor. I thought that was better actually.
Rude Awakening was very good. Well, let's not forget this episode did have a steak dinner crawling with maggots. That's
right.
That's got to be a plus. How did they get there? Really don't know. There's a lot of stuff in this episode. If you need solid explanations, this is not the episode for you. But then again, Rude Awakening didn't really spell it out for you either.
No.
Hammer House of Horror is just turning into that kind of show, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I am too. And it's like, don't you eat meat? It's like, I do like meat, but not what's in it. And she's like, what? And then all the maggots are crawling. It's like, ew. But and when I saw the title, I just thought I could think it was "Show Me That Smile Again." Show me that smile. Just the Seavers.
Yes, there is that. Yeah, the Growing Pains connection. No Kirk Cameron in this one.
No Alan Thicke. No.
Yes, Alan Thicke. But it was it was a family show about parents and a kid and their weird mutant food sources.
Dead rabbits and maybe if the U.S. Growing Pains sitcom, maybe if it had dead rabbits, maybe it would have lasted longer. But no, dead rabbits, that was a little hard for me to watch because I love rabbits. But
there are a lot of dead rabbits in this episode. A lot of clear indications that creating frankenfoods for those people in Africa and maybe like South Asia, not a good idea.
No. So, not a bad episode, but definitely not the best that Ham Ho Ho has to offer. But let's see. Well, I guess we're going to switch from Europe to the other side of the world, Japan. Um,
Yeah. The shows
this,
we've discussed and on
um,
this channel, uh, the English shows frequently seem very preoccupied with history,
yes.
either like legends from the past or ghosts or witches coming to the present to haunt the characters of modern day. Now, Japan, of course, has an incredibly rich history, and I got to
Oh, yes.
imagine the Japanese people are very interested in their own history as much as England would be. But
Yeah.
this would be our first episode of a program that
Yes.
really gets into the historical side of Japanese fantasy. So why don't you take over?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we're looking at Kaiketsu Ryan Maru. Kaiketsu can mean different things. In this case, it means heroic. Let's see. So it's from what lasted from 1972 to 1973. Shown in Japan, of course, but America never really got. We're going to get into this a little later, but there was an English dub version, but it had very, very limited exposure. I think I think only one episode was officially released. Officially we're not as official as it got. Let's see, it was shown in Brazil and Italy, but never America, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
let's see what we have here. So what I tried to do is I couldn't really find a decent subtitled episode. At first I tried
Yeah.
to watch it with the auto translate option, but this is what I got. Vienna is being held in China. So, I know the
Yeah.
samurais were really running rampant in Vienna. I know a lot of lives were lost in Vienna all those years ago.
Yeah, Vienna. I wonder what that was originally.
Oops, wait a minute. Going to have myself here. Foolish Road Ninja failed to assassinate the original lyrics. Second place will definitely put his three through the orphans now. So, okay.
All right. So I guess AI is not quite ready to take over the world.
No. I mean, I think with like Spanish or French, it's probably a little better, but we got one more.
Possibly, yeah.
The Bar, which heavily defies even Lyman, photographs a merciless windy day. You can't defy Lyman. It's just, yeah, even Lyman, you can't defy Lyman. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to watch the English dub episode. Let's cover that instead.
Yeah.
So my Japanese is okay, but I'm definitely, people say, oh, you're fluent. It's like, no, I'm not fluent. So we're going to turn our attention to a company in the 80s. Do you remember a company called Remco, a toy company?
The name is familiar.
They did lines like this is when wrestling was really big in the 80s, especially here in the Northeast. In the Northeast, WWF was about it. There's NWA, and right here we see wrestlers from the AWA, which sold okay, not as good as WWF, because I think when we were growing up as kids, I think WWF was about Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were pretty much it. But there's other wrestling shows are available like AWA here. I see Rick Martel. I see Baron Von Raschke. I see Ric Flair at the bottom. But even better, Remco was famous for their monster lines, their mini monster lines. And if anyone sees that Gilman in good condition, let me know, please, because I'd love to have that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm sure that's a collector's item.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing anything like that as a kid.
Oh yeah, those are really those are cool.
Yeah. Phantom of the Opera. I mean, is that from the original, silent movie Lon Chaney?
I think it is.
I mean, it looks like
it is.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on Phantom of the Opera, but I mean that looks like the original one, and which is kind of like an odd choice for kids in the 70s or 80s. How many would have seen that? I don't know. I mean, maybe
it's 6 spots. It's like, we'll do Dracula, the Mummy, Frankenstein, Gilman, Creature of a Family Opera.
Yeah. Because I mean, the other ones are all Universal, and
I
mean, the original Phantom of the Opera, that was a French movie, right?
I believe so. I'm not 100%
I think
sure.
so. Yeah.
But that is a cool choice. That's a very unusual choice, but that
Oh,
is
it's great.
cool.
Yeah.
But I got to get that Gil man. So Remco had another toy line called Secret of the Ninja,
Mm.
and I had some of these as a kid. They were really cheap back then, like $4 or $3 or $4.
Mm.
I don't think they sold that well, but packaged in with some of them were these cassettes, these VHS cassettes.
Mm.
And you can probably see where this is going. One of them was
Mm.
Lion Maru. I think it's not quite the box they used, but I think I can see it. But like the first one, you kind of see Magic the Ninja. I think it was a very no frills packaging. You didn't really know what it was, but I think Kids Classics. I think they were a company that was legit, I believe, but I think they mostly sold their stuff like through Toys R Us.
Mm. Yeah.
So I don't remember seeing that particular cassette, but if I'd known when it was, I probably would have gotten it. But yeah, so I think Lion Maru, I think, was dubbed in English, but not really widely distributed. And I think later on in my presentation, we'll kind of see why it may not have got released in the States.
Yeah.
But a dub was done, but unfortunately, we only got the first episode that you
Yeah.
would have seen once you got these cassettes. So start out, we're in, I think it's the Sengoku era of Japan. We meet these three orphans, Kazuki, Shishimaru, and this right here is Sayori. They were orphans taken in by
Mm.
the master ninja Kasha Nishi. So there's Sayori there. There is the kid, that's
Mm-hmm.
Kazuki. And that's right, they
That's a
got attacked by the Skull Ninjas.
yeah. Yeah.
I thought that's a pretty cool look right there.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep. No, there's
I think,
there's their adopted parent.
yes, that's their person, the guy that took them in. That's
Yeah.
Kasha Nishi. Kasha Nishi has a feeling that his life is ending, but he
Mm.
tells the three about. Um, oh yeah, on the right there's the main character. That's our hero. That's Shishimaru. Let's see. He tells them about this evil force that has been asleep in the Himalayas for thousands of years, but has
Mm.
now come back to life, and now has come to Japan to basically just destroy everything. And that is Devil Gosen, and that's kind of a cool looking hideout there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
great fortress.
not as cool building as Legion of Doom's headquarters. That's still kind of cool. Um, there's his minions, and in the very back there is Devil Gosen himself.
Mm.
Minions. There he is. You kind of get a better look. We don't see much of him. We see his mouth moving.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as I could tell, he was just a mouth.
Just a mouth, yeah, a rock,
Yeah.
like, with a mouth with like rocks around it. So and he's telling us, before we take over Japan, we must kill Master Kasha
Yeah.
Nishi.
Yeah. Of course. That's what you do.
So he's telling the three orphans the story about how you three, I'm gonna die pretty soon. I need you three to carry on for me and destroy Devil Gosen. And it's not unusual. We've seen other heroes usually get a sword or a power ring or something.
Yeah.
He gives Shishimaru this special sword that he notices is chained. He can't really remove it because he's not strong enough to remove it from the chain. And he goes, "Well, after this, you will be strong enough to remove it."
Mm.
It's not just a sword; it's a special sword that will give Shishimaru the power of transformation, the power of change, henshin, as they say. Um, they all get. I think Sayori gets like a sword. The kid gets a flute that we'll see later on. But that's the
Oh
bad guy.
yeah.
That's the monster of the week is
Mm-hmm.
Oroki. I believe his name is Oroki, and his house, Kashinishi's house, gets surrounded by the minions, the skull ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, poor Kashanichi gets stabbed by this Orochi, by his sickle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I think the three of them do escape, and they encounter the Skull Ninjas again. And unfortunately for for Shishimaru, he gets knocked off of a hill and just kind of goes tumbling down and gets knocked out. But luckily, Kazuki has this flute, and when he blows it, not only does it revive Shishimaru, but it calls his cool Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
Pegasus comes down from the sky. They decide to ride it.
Now, is that the soul of the old guy?
I am not 100% sure.
Because when he
He
gave
says,
the kid the flute, doesn't he say when you play
yeah,
that?
he does. I'll give you
You'll call my
my
soul or something.
So it might very well be. Yeah, it might very well be. And I thought this was very interesting. So Japan is only 2% Christian, but I may have mentioned this before in some of the an earlier episode, but you see a lot of crosses.
Sure, yeah.
Appear in Japanese film and television. But not only that, you see a lot of people get tied to a cross. And that might be even why American networks didn't pick it up. I'm wondering if that could have been the reason why.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're never disrespectful to Christianity. They just think it just looks kind of cool because crosses are foreign to them. They're foreign and they're kind of cool. So I don't think it was meant to be disrespectful. I think it does look kind of cool. Let's see. Let me just move on here. I think also the game Altered Beast, I think one of the scenes between the rounds, you do see Neff, the villain of Altered Beast, tying to the guy's girlfriend to a cross. So
okay.
So here he is. He finally has the power to transform, and he does into Lion Maru. Now he can finally, unsheathe the chainsword. And he does defeat the villain. I just love how the villain doesn't just die. He does not only die, he explodes. He just blows up.
Yes.
So I thought that was kind of cool. And of course, Devil Gosen says, I'll get you next time. Really a shame the series didn't really get a bigger, more exposure here, because I thought it was, as far as dubbing goes, I've seen a lot of bad dubbing, but I thought as far as English dubs go, this actually was pretty good for a dub. I thought so. It ends with a 3 happy ending. The three they save Saori and they all vow to destroy Demon Gosen. So 52 episodes, and it's really, I thought that this really would have had. It's a shame this didn't really find a bigger audience in the States. Never got a TV release, never got just the one very obscure VHS release, but never got a Blu-ray or DVD release. That's so
I mean, I don't imagine this happens, but this would be the sort of thing where people would circulate bootleg VHS tapes. And probably later on in the 80s, I mean when VHS became so prominent, there was all kinds of stuff at horror movie conventions.
Oh yeah,
I would not be surprised at all if there were, bootleg VHS tapes of this being circulated from, your various bootleg dealers. I was pretty well acquainted with a bunch of them in the 90s, actually, the early 90s. There were many of them who had all kinds of horror movies that were not in print in America. And it was fantastic. I mean, you could get like some of these videotapes are like $5 each, and you would get bizarre Euro horror. Now it's all pretty much readily available, even sometimes on YouTube. But
back in the day, I did know some dealers too in the 90s. I became friends with, and a lot of them did have shows that you couldn't get on VHS or DVD. Later that would change, but back then you really couldn't. I don't remember seeing this offered. Doesn't mean that it wasn't, but I would see other Japanese shows like at conventions, booths, but not this one. But maybe we're on the wrong coast, and maybe if you went to a con in California or Hawaii, maybe it'd be a different story. But I'm really hoping. I do want to see more of this because I thought it was very. I really liked it. The theme is excellent. So I don't know the theme, but it's pretty pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely a change in pace from robots and teams of heroes, modern heroes. Yeah, just historical. I forget what the historical era was called, but yeah, they had ninjas.
I guess Sengoku. I guess I'm not sure.
I believe that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess maybe some of the comments can tell us, but yeah, I believe that's what it was. In Vienna, Vienna had a lot of samurai
Of course, yeah.
run by the master lineman who you can't define or identify. But yeah, no, it's a shame it's never got. I'm hoping maybe somebody out there will release it either streaming or at least streaming. I love being the weirdo I am. I love physical media, but I know it's kind of going. That market unfortunately is shrinking, but I wouldn't complain if they did. I definitely would get it.
Oh yeah. Heroic white lion facing a new monster every week.
That's what I have this here.
Heroic white lion with a sword. Absolutely. Yeah. Nice. What was the deal with that? That's just a figure that was for sale.
Yeah, I think when we saw it at the one Godzilla night, I think I was surprised that he was selling this. I'm like, oh, it's Lion Maru. He's like, who? He didn't know it's like Lion Maru. He's like, wow, you're really a fan. It's like, yeah, you can say that. But yeah, he had no idea who it was. But I was like, yeah, I knew exactly. Yeah, I thought that was pretty like. Japanese, usually market. The one nice thing is if you have a favorite TV show or movie, chances are you will see an action figure for it over there.
Cool.
So yeah, they love to market things. So yeah.
And there you have it.
Yes.
Your weekly dose of English horror and Japanese heroic adventure. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jason. Take care.
Yeah, you too. And do join us again next week. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye.